Tomáš Šebek. Hello, everybody. Thanks. You invite me to this great conference. I'm going to tell you a bit of my story in regards of my life path, let's say 15 years of my last life, and something about change management. Maybe that the change is the only constant in our lives. This is my business. I'm surgeon cutting people half. If you're doing this 22 years, one day or the other day, you have to ask yourself, does it make sense to be all the time in bloody room and doing bloody business? It's why I switch a bit to the prevention, because as a surgeon, I can always work just with the ill people. But if you do something else, like endoscopy, you're looking inside the people by natural holes. You can guess which one or which two. And during this my brief introduction, I also like to combine medicine and technology, because my first business, when I passed university, wasn't to be a medical doctor. I started in my second year of university because I was a father in 19 years old in one corporation, IKEA, selling sofas. And then I started to bit more, I would say better way of my life in business terms, on the edge of technology and medical field or medicine itself. 10 years ago, we started something called virtual hospital. That was primitive painting of myself to explain investors that they need to invest in this great business. What we do in this business, combining several things. First of all, trying to help employees and people in the business to keep people healthy in regards of mental and physical health. Because of demography, we're getting older. And because of very important things, because medicine is not about to treat people, but it's about to keep people healthy. And the biggest determinant of our healthy life is definitely what we have inside our head. Kind of future plans, we would love to start some medtech studio in the region, CEE region. But today, I'm going to tell you something from my experience within Doctors Without Borders, and going back 15 years ago, in 2010, when I went to my first mission. If you do that, you have to be a bit experienced medical doctor. In the terms of surgery, you are always, after it's maximum 5 years in the hospital, a bit big-headed, thinking that you know everything, you know everybody, you can do whatever you want, and they just tell you, you go to Haiti after the earthquake, and good luck. Completely different story, you know, from your previous entire life. You are in the middle of disaster, and 2 other disasters happened to me the same time when I went there, because HR of Doctors Without Borders, they changed my specialization. I'm general surgeon, usually looking after this part of human body, and then they sent me there as an orthosurgeon. And the second thing, on Haiti, everybody speaks French, Creole, Spanish, French, and I knew just English. So you are in the middle of hell, nobody knows, and the patients you have, they are not elder, like at home, it's all the population, including children, 30% of them they are younger than 18. Couple of first minutes, you are standing in OT in front of your first fracture you have never seen before. Opposite to you is a senior surgeon, and in your head there is a story. I have no clue what I'm going to do now. The man opposite to you is French-speaking, so you don't understand each other. And you just try to pass the message, I'm general surgeon, I'm not ortho. Maybe, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do in the next step in the terms of stabilization of this fracture, and you can help me if you see that I do something wrong. This guy, Freddy, 15 years older than me, maybe 20, a bit strange English, he started to explain me, everything will be okay, I'm senior missioner, I can help you, whatever you want, but if you're expecting that I'm orthosurgeon, I'm cardiosurgeon. So general and cardio trying to stabilize fracture. After a couple of weeks later, chief of gynae department went to me. She was a German lady and saying, hey, I'm here half a year, I'm a bit tired, need some holidays. I will show you 3 C-section, how to deliver a baby, and then I will go to my holidays for next 3 weeks. My phone will be switched off. Because she was a German, she said, and she left after this 3 operation. And I started to be also the chief of the department of the gynae and starting slowly understand what does it mean to go for mission within Doctors Without Borders. You have to be super humble and you have to be really team player. Some thoughts from this mission was you have to be used that very often you have no clue, I have no clue why it's off. I see that, my picture. Thank you very much again. Not yet. On the picture, there are a couple of surgeons and maybe some logisticians. Nobody knows what to do, but we have to save lives. That was at 2010 and 2012. Then I went to my third mission when I realized that so many things within MSF is based on routines. Sometimes, even in business, we really hate the routines and things like bureaucracy, whatever. But if you have these routines, you have a time for creation. For example, you can start to save the lives. This mission is from Afghanistan, 2013 and 15. You go to war, you have to tell your wife and the kids that probably next 3 months you will be a bit off. This is a northern Afghanistan. 60% of population is under the control of Taliban. And this nice map means white spot, blast, nobody killed, yellow spots, somebody injured, red spots, mass casualty. Couple of people died on the spot. And the statistics over 3 months. Talking to me, old senior Afghani guy, formerly teacher, and just explained me that this is the situation for my mission because it was exactly 3 months in Kunduz. Now it's not even moving. It's moving. Great team, great people. Unfortunately, 2 guys on this picture from 2013 is not alive anymore. And situation changed. From the younger guy, you have to be, you forced to be senior, and we do craniotomy, basically part of neurosurgery. I'm still general surgeon here in Prague or in Czech Republic. I'm do only general surgery, but within Doctors Without Borders, you are completely outside of your comfortable zone. And you have to teach the other how to do this life-saving procedure. And opposite or behind you is a guy who is older than you, almost 20 years, Italian orthosurgeon, following me within the other members of the team. The worst situation I have seen ever is this picture. 2015, US Army bombed this hospital, killed 42 people. 8 was a medical doctors. They died on the spot. And this is also one of the patients dying during the procedure within all the team on operation theater. Reality of our time, of our lives. Some recommendation from you from this second part of my presentation. If you are faced a brutal crisis, try to close your perimeter. You are in Afghanistan, there is a mass casualty, 50 patients coming to your hospital, you know that you have a capacity for 30 of them, the rest will probably die, and you have to do something. That means you, first of all, regarding all the hospital, then just your department, then probably just operation theater, and then you are in the spot 1 centimeter square trying to do stitch on the heart, which is bleeding. And once it's over, this mass casualty, you can again open widely your perimeter. If you are in the middle crisis and you try to do everything, talk to everybody, probably you will do nothing. So my recommendation, which is quite usable even if you are trying to do business plan for the next year, budgeting. Third part is about, am I master? As a master or potential master, you have to be ready for change management because things are still ongoing somehow and everything is changing, and the only constant in your life is change. My mission of 2017 is South Sudan. It's another war, it's a civil war. You see the main square of population, about 60,000 people. The only hospital is Doctors Without Borders, 200 beds facility. Every single bed means kind of combination surgical illness and open tuberculosis, HIV, whatever. Basically, you again have no clue how to help your patient, but you are a team. You can ask, you can do. My recommendation from the first part was always do kind of action. Make a step, and then another step, and then another step, and then you will see the path. The worst thing is you are stuck on the spot and just thinking what will be. Just do action, even if it's about saving human lives. The situation on the picture means that you are a main surgeon, you have local people helping you, but unfortunately nobody is a medical doctor. My best assistant is a motorcycle driver. It's also about Doctors Without Borders. Our HR are able to create surgeons even from somebody from the market, from people who have almost no education. He was able to speak in English, but he even didn't pass basic school. But in this moment, he is a surgeon and doing craniotomy of 16 years old, the guy who fell over baobab and put the wooden stick inside his brain. He survived, and this story became very famous 2017 within Doctors Without Borders, and the motivation and goodwill of this team in Agok in South Sudan went rapidly up. 3 months after 2 field coordinators coming to me and saying, hey, we need to solve, there is a gap of general practitioner. It's over the front line. We try to act both sides. Over the front line, 40 kilometers for a couple of hours, general practitioner. Why are you looking on me? I'm not general practitioner, I'm surgeon. Yes, but you've been in war, there is the other surgeon, she is a female, she never been there, and it's for you. And I said, okay, the only thing how to become general practitioner. MSF, Doctors Without Borders, we have always some manuals. So he showed me the book, about 250 pages, and saying, this is the manual for general practitioner. The way is about 4 hours. You can read it, and once you are on the spot, you will be GP. I swear for you. I was like, okay, how many minutes just to pack my things? About 7, and there is Toyota Land Cruiser, just your transportation. I went there over the front line, hoping that it's just for a couple of hours. Finally, it was 2 weeks in the middle of nowhere with nobody and 400 people every single day in waiting room with so many things I have never seen before. Again, great local people, the nurses, maybe some goodwill, whatever. We kept alive all our patients, and that was my best experience ever in regards of medicine. And maybe someday, before my retirement, I will be GP again in Czech Republic. Some message for you from this part is about change management. Even if you think that you are master, you have to be so much flexible because you will be probably faced some change, and it doesn't matter if it's business, if it's human life or whatever. Always there is a dead volley. Somebody will not survive that, but you need some leader, some idea, and then basically the team just to move you up to higher level. And then if you reach it, you will go again down. But if you see some long term, you will be growing from the day to the other. If you are always ready to mindset that everything is changing in our lives. And we as a human being, we are up to all the others because we are always ready and flexible to accept the change and move ourselves up and go. Fourth part is about, so everything is done, no more time to improve myself, whatever, it's time for team. My last mission, 2019, was Yemen. It's still the biggest humanitarian catastrophe in the global world, about 35 million people locked inside a civil war in the country. And this is my hello from the ceiling, from the top or roof of the hospital, and not a primitive selfie, but saying this is medical, this is the Doctors Without Borders, the hospital, and the logo is seen from 3 kilometers. Maybe you would love to ask why. It's because of warcraft, war planes, and just 2019 there was a report about 110 bombing attacks to the facilities of medical Doctors Without Borders, local facilities, Red Cross, etc. These things happen. You are faced to this situation, and still you have to do your job. This job was great because the hospital was fully developed. What we try as expatriates, we are about 50,000 employees. 5,000 from them, they are expatriates like me, and we try to transfer the medical facility to the local people, support them by human resources, by money, by expertise. But what we would love to keep people from South Sudan in South Sudan and to help them to develop the hospital. The same story here in Al-Qaeda, Yemen, 2019. So fully developed and independent team, you do basically nothing. Sometimes somebody asks you for something. It's completely different from hands-on if you are first minute after the earthquake in Haiti. And you are just enjoying this team spirit and teamwork. This is a prototype of our happy patient. Probably he was in waiting room 2 days, but he has a crutches. Fixed the fracture, the care is free of charge, and he's smiling. So this is something about Doctors Without Borders. And from this part, and from Yemen, I got the great gift. Imagine that you are in the middle of super conservative part of Muslim world, and if you do picture you and some lady, that means that probably somebody will kill the lady and you will go to prison. After my mission, my last day, I was waiting for transportation by our Land Cruiser, and these 4 ladies came to me, and from niqab, they opened the hijab and saying, "We need a photo with you." And I said, "Great, so you will die and I will go to prison." "Go away, I'm going home, happy to see my family." "No, please, make a picture with us because of 2 things. First of all, we are beautiful." Nobody did, probably, no expatriate did the photo from this mission before me, so it's somehow extraordinary picture. But the second most important message was, and we too, they pass the university, they are University of Economics, and these 2 on the left side, from your side right, they are psychologists. Imagine in the country where a young lady is not able to go even into grammar school. They reached the highest level because they left the country for a while and they came back to offer the expertise combining to be employee of Doctors Without Borders. So great story about very great ladies in Yemen. And my message from this part is about if you want to do kind of miracles, think about relationships mostly or more than to survive atomic war in the bunker. Probably there will be day without water and without food, but if the people, they do things together, and it's not just empty words, to talking about relationship, you can do really kind of miracles. You can basically save the lives. You think that it's done, you back home, no more mission. I'm father of 4 kids, so for a while I have to be more at home in this time, thinking how you can improve your own healthcare system. We started the business from this virtual hospital since now, which is based on 3 pillars: consultation, online consultation, appointments, and then mostly the kind of prevention program. We grew up from 2007 to now. We are a company about valuation 20 million euro. It's not too much comparing Global Payment and the other biggest company, but for us is a great story as pioneers here in Czech Republic, and now a bit more in the region, 6 languages, about 200 super clients. And mostly what we do is a kind of special expertise, how to keep people healthy in the terms of physical and mental health. But if you want to do that, it's another story. You have to mind yourself. The first page on the manual for first missioner is mind yourself. If you die, if you will be ill, if you will be just thirsty, hungry, whatever, probably the rest of the mission dependent on you will be slower or will be done. If you are a surgeon, the only one on the spot, everybody rely on you, and same for you, you relate to the team of the logisticians, everybody somehow playing some specific extraordinary role, which is not easy to replace. Imagine that you need to send surgeon to northern Afghanistan. It's a quite difficult thing. So mind yourself. It's my recommendation, maybe the strongest for you. This is just a couple of screens from my mobile phone. Some of the applications, they are local, Czech one. Some of them, they are global. It's not interesting or maybe not important for you. The important message is how to keep yourself alive long term, or if we are talking about the longevity, or maybe how to be immortal. You have basically 3 ways how to reach immortality. First of all, there is a longevity. That's the left picture. You can spend a lot of money, The longevity is still not super scientific part of the medicine, needs more researches, but it looks like great business. Rich guys would love to invest that and in this industry, and the idea is just to give you some magic pill or whatever. For me, it's not a way, unless till the time where there will be more scientific papers. The second way is a kind of genetic modulation. That means it's why you see this diable, because we can create the human being, some copies, some clones. The question is not today if we are able to do that. The question is if we are willing for. So for me, it's also the way just to the hell. But the last one on the right side is how to use technology. For example, I'm a big fan of teleportation, waiting for this great technology. Same thing, interesting for me, is the nanobots. We can implement or we can give to our bloodstream as a diagnostic bots. You see that I have 2 watches, some rings, something in my pants, and my ankles, whatever. A bit cyborg, but to have these boats inside my bloodstream, it's much easier, makes some freedom for me, and it's a way how I can be a bit more like immortal. But if I will do decision that this is not my way, it's quite easy to let them go from my blood. But if you change the genetic code, or if you change some molecule in your body, it's a one-way ticket. You cannot change it, or you cannot take it back. So medicine and technology is, for me personally, the only way how you can be a bit like longevity, immortal. And it's not happening usually from one to the other day. This is from my watches. You see the red is cycling, yellow running, and green it's about walking. I'm walking a bit more with my youngest because you have a trolley quite heavy. So finally the load you do is almost the same if you are doing cycling or running, but it's about 1% from the other person and just slowly doing better trend. So kind of evolution. You cannot wait, or you can believe, or I personally don't believe the revolution, even in medicine, but all the things and all the concept, even the business, is based on kind of evolution. Great technologies you can use. In Czech Republic, we have a cardio AI, for example. Artificial intelligence is looking after your heart. 24/7, 365, comparing that you can visit your cardiologist 2 or 3 times alive, or even in the year. It's about arrhythmia, and basically the system is able to detect 2% of arrhythmias, which will be never detected by the conservative system, and it can save the lives. The other technology is quite interesting. Maybe some of you guys, sorry for that, you having diabetes, probably having insulin pump and kind of sensor and Bluetooth connection, but you can use the sensor even if you are healthy and off the diabetes, just to see what does it mean if you are in the middle of stress in regards of your glycemia, or if you are in the blue zones for some holidays, whatever. And this is so visible for you, and it's just about the diagnostic. It's about just to pass the message. So visible for you that you have to think about your health, finally. And that's exactly kind of keys or something what I'm looking for in the terms of medical technologies. Almost there. Even we are in 2025, most of the things you can do for yourself, it's quite cheap and it's just about your mindset. And because I'm just surgeon, that means I'm not super clever because we are working with the hands and not with the brain. I need to things simplify. All from us, we have 5 fingers on the hand, except a couple of my patients after the accident. 4 of them talking about the physical health. First of all, try to have 2 drops on your ceiling during the day. That means that you moved 30 minutes, quite quick walk, could be much better than to run marathons. If you have just 1 drop, that means that your boss is shouting on you or airco is not functioning. So 2 drops. Less food, the second one, 80%. They made a great example in Google. They told the people, we are going to get smaller plates. Finally, that means that people ask for less food when they went to the lunch or dinner. 80%. 80% you see on your plate, it's for your consumption. Left 20, and after a couple of days or weeks, probably you will ask for less and less. And it doesn't matter if it's intermittent fasting or other concept, just less food, and that's all. The third thing is about the temperature. 23, 24, 25 in our houses, maybe in this weather if you are going outside. Here is quite fresh, I feel like that. After me, there is a guy from Scotland, so he said, super warm here, but I'm a bit freezing and it's good for you. That means inside your mitochondria, some mechanisms are even reversible. You can get younger if you are faced to a bit cold. Doesn't matter, doesn't mean if you jump to the lake in the middle of winter that you will become newborn. But you can be younger by temperature. And the fourth one is about our sleep. Not about the length, which is about 8 to 8.5 hours, but it's about quality. 4 full cycles gives you a brilliant day, the next one. Physical, but the most important is about the mental health. And the mental health is all the over based on our relationships. You will be never the best one, and you will never have 100% relationships. But if you try to have or to keep the best whole your entire life, probably your life will be happy, healthy, and quite long. Maybe you can touch by this longevity or immortality. If nothing from this I try to pass to you is not understandable for you, you just ignore that. No worries. We as a surgeons, we are on the spot and we are ready to cut you half if you want. But think about that. And my last message to you is my life motto. Do your best and fuck the rest. You cannot save all the lives if you are going in the middle of war. Even here, I have my cemetery as a surgeon because it's just statistics. You have to live with that. But it's not about to be depressive because of that. It's just about the other day to wake up and just again do your best and fuck the rest. Do your best and leave the other things because you probably cannot change them. And this gives you the best mental and physical health ever. I wish for you. Thank you for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tomáš Šebek. Tomáš, thank you so much. We have some questions that came from the audience.
Great.
And I'll just follow up on what you were saying just recently about the apps. So somebody in the audience is a fan of biohacking. And you mentioned that you are wearing watches and some other devices that measures your body parameters. What is the most fascinating or useful parameter to focus on regarding our health?
It's quite a difficult question, but for me personally, it was this sensor for glycemic. To see if I'm under the pressure, it can vary from 12 millimoles to hypoglycemia, 4 millimoles, and then you go for holidays, and there is just some small wave around 6 millimoles per liter. That means that your organism is going to kind of healthy statement, reversible mechanism, and whatever. So for me, even if it's a bit painful and it's intervention, you have to put it in your bloodstream. It's kind of patch, basically on your arm. It's quite useful for me in the terms to understand what is going on within my body. But to keep just the basic watches, to see trend, not to be dependent on current numbers. I have so many friends, they running marathon or just 10 kilometers every day, going home, there is a 50 meters left, and they try to make 2 circles around the house. It's not healthy, basically to say. But to see the trends from one year to the other makes sense, and you can do miracles even if you're basic watches.
Tomáš, you have shared some really powerful stories and personal lessons with us today. And you have seen many good things, and you have seen many bad things. So how much do you still believe in the goodness of people after what you have seen? What's your take on that?
I'm super optimistic about the future. I think that we are living in the best time. One big lesson for myself, if you're going from a bit depressive Czech Republic outside and you are faced to the war, people are living there, people are doing jokes, people are saying, your colleague on the operation theater in the morning telling you a story, hey, I have 5 kids, and every day I'm praying to God to see them at the evening back home safely, going home. Then you realize that you are living in middle of heaven. Global Peace Index, talking about the countries, I think 165, they are measured, saying that Czech Republic is the 7th or maybe 8th one in the globe, which is the most safe place ever. Then I'm asking myself why we are so depressive. So I'm really thinking that the future will be great. Just that.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge hand for Tomáš Šebek.
Thank you very much.